Hi everyone! I'm Mariana, as you probably already know. For the final project this semester, I chose to write an author study of the influential and confessional poet Anne Sexton, as well as a literary analysis of her poem The Starry Night, which was inspired by Vincent van Gogh's famous painting The Starry Night. For the oral presentation aspect, I'm going to focus more on the poem itself rather than Anne's life. However, I will link my paper in case you want to read more about her life and are intrigued by her work as much as I was. So here is the poem without further ado. The Starry Night by Anne Sexton. That does not keep me from having a terrible need of, shall I say the word, religion. Then I go out at night to paint the stars. Vincent van Gogh in a letter to his brother. The town does not exist, except where one black-haired tree slips up like a drowned woman into the hot sky. The town is silent, the night boils with 11 stars. Oh, starry, starry night, this is how I want to die. It moves, they are all alive. Even the moon bulges in its orange irons to push children like a god from its eye. The old unseen serpent swallows up the stars. Oh, starry, starry night, this is how I want to die. Into that rushing beast of the night, sucked up by that great dragon, to split from my life with no flag, no belly, no cry. The Starry Night vividly reflects Anne's desire to die. Both stanzas 2 and 3 end in the same two lines, "Oh, starry, starry night, this is how I want to die." Anne deliberately emphasizes the sentence, "I want to die," by giving it its own line and ending not only one, but 2 of the 3 stanzas of the poem this way. My paper will go into further depth of the traumas Anne suffered, but I would like to go back to a beautiful line of imagery from the poem. Lines 7 through 10 read, "It moves. They are all alive. Even the moon bulges in its orange irons to push children like a god from its eye. The old unseen serpent swallows up the stars." While Anne's aware of the undeniable beauty in the world that we live in, especially the beauty depicted in Van Gogh's famous painting, she can't overcome her desire to leave the world. No matter the beauty she sees and is aware of, she's more aware of her pain, of her depression, and she can't overcome it, which is heartbreaking. I'd love to end this oral presentation by reading a quote in one of my sources from my final project. Adrienne Rich is a feminist and poet. She wrote about Anne Sexton and her suicide, but one of the quotes she adds is by Tilly Olson, and it says, "Every woman who writes is a survivor." And I will just leave that there, because Anne Sexton is definitely a survivor. Although she took her own life, she survived as long as she could with her poetry, through her poetry. She used it as an outlet for as long as she possibly could. And we are lucky to have, I think, the poems to read now. So yeah, I hope you enjoy.